Welcome to another mega exciting 5-minute autograph. So MichelRocard seems quite expressive there with his hands waving. Let's try this knight c6 here. Okay, so it sort of prompts a classical approach, maybe casting kingside it seems, which I'm not sure I mind. It is I think Sicilian classical when you just develop the other knight. Pardon me, hiccups. Is a6 possible, I wonder? Or queen c7, knight b5, queen b8, maybe queen c7 is possible. Oh, maybe either, surely a6 and queen c7 is not. I'm hoping the punishment's not major anyway. So queen c7 and then b5. So b5. I think rook b8 is not needed. I don't think this diagonal's so bad at the moment. Smash b7. I get knight e5. It looks very comfortable if I get into that c4 square. Like knight e5 to c4 coming up. He's always got a possibility of taking, yeah, to try and win d6. Taking. Possibly I should have done something about that possibility. Maybe I have to take with the g pawn. It starts to get a bit dangerous. The king h8, rook g8. Is it the end of the world? It's a risk. Actually, the other way is just taking like this. Yeah, okay, maybe it's not such a big deal. If I protect d6 now, I don't want to play e5, weaken d5, but can I just protect d6 now, or knight h5? Queen h4, I take and then back. Queen f6. Let's just do this for a moment. Things haven't worked out so easily as I imagined earlier. It's oh, I'm under pressure now. Okay, my king is being challenged. My king safety, I think, with that move. How on earth do I get out of this? Queen c5? Queen e5? I'm going to try this. Queen e5 coming up, trying to sort of defend, get the queens off, get the queen to be an influence over here. Maybe a timely rook takes c3 at some point later. Alright, I take here. This doesn't look so bad. Queen e5 coming up. So queen e5 here, or bishop e5, maybe bishop e5, just get a tempo for a moment. Because I think it's actually got rook d6, so I think I've got to defend d6 with some urgency. His pawn's pinned there for a moment. So to arrange to kick the thing is going to take a while, I hope. g6, I'm hoping there's no bishop e6 immediately. I think g6 just to give my king back rows, sort out the back row. Alright, so for the moment, It seems at this moment I'm not being hacked to death at this moment. Is B4 coming up? Interesting. Takes, there's no F4 still, I think B4. Try and put some indirect pressure on the centre. How though? How? Bishop C6, Queen B7? Is that possible? Both of them are already eyeing E4. Maybe I do just take on C3 and take on E4, let D6 drop. It's possible. D6 is not even dropping here. Can I just take on C3? Can I just win C3? It's tempting. Go back to put pressure on his centre and protecting D6 at the same time doesn't seem so bad. Let's bring the king here. Okay, this Queen B6 invasion, should I be worried about it? Oh, F4, no, Queen B6 is the problem. I mean, there might be Queen C5 check and taking. Alright, if I play Queen C5, just get rid of the queens.
Check.
I keep my pawn. Aha. Okay, I'm going to stop the. If Rook A1, Rook C6. Right. Try and get a grip on these dark squares. If I King F6, King E5 this. Okay. Or H4, is that going to be useful? Ah, hang on a sec. Is this as good as I imagined? Probably not after that. There's King E5 held, King E7, Rook B6. Oh boy. He's got Rook B6. Right, can I invade with my rook in exchange for that pawn to D1? Do I get something invading? I'm going to try and queen my H pawn. I think that's the plan before he queens his C pawn. I think that's the transition here of events. Aha. I'm not getting much. It has to be said. I'm not getting much. Can I get a better king and pawn ending? His rook's... hang on a sec. I'll cut his king for a moment. Isn't king G6 or rook C1 any good? Rook check. King G6, rook C5. Rook F3. Oh, I've only got 21 seconds. Am I going to lose on time?
Check. Time warning.
Oh boy, I've only got 19 seconds. What's he done to me? Why didn't I take that pawn? That's another big question. 16 seconds, I think it's pre-move time. Oh boy, it's pre-move time. What has he done to me?
Check.
Don't tell me he's really fast moving. Seconds. It's going to do me on time and everything.
Check.
5 seconds.
Check. Check.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. How is he so good? Wow. I got completely outplayed by 1933. Unbelievable. He really speeded up. I didn't expect anything like that. I thought I was cruising it for ages. I simply thought I was cruising this game. Oh, blimey. Where did I go wrong? Oh my god. 1933. Alright, it's close to 2000. You could look at it like that. I thought I was cruising it. Surely I was just better. There's a pawn up. It didn't seem such a big deal. I thought maybe taking on e4 was interesting. No, it's better the way I played it. Blimey, I'm really shocked by that. Hang on a sec. What was that clearly better? Something clearly better for some reason. A5. And trying to do something with my A pawn. Somehow I got into a total mess here with his Queen B6 business.
Check.
I got into a total mess. He's fixed my C pawn and attacking my A6 pawn. What a total mess. He must be at least equal. Hang on, there's a simple A5. Just keeping the pawn. Oh, bishop A6, yeah. If I'd made it difficult for him to win the pawn back, he could be in tactical trouble. Yeah, maybe that was worth playing A5. And I thought, hey, well, you know, I'm going to outplay him. And is H4 actually a strong move? Rook takes C5 might be better just to win G5. He's actually better here. Yeah, he was actually better here. It should be equal. Come on, this should be equal.
Check.
Except I'm messing it up with this. Just Rook C1, just... And I had 44 seconds to his 37. Oh, this is terrible. How to lose an equal position in Rook and Pawn ending. Oh boy. But then
Check.
it became like a bullet game. It's just like, and all of a sudden, I'm 21 seconds to 36.
Check.
And despite trying to pre-move, yeah, I'm going to lose on time here, the way he's playing it. He's playing like Speedy Gonzalez now. Speedy Gonzalez. Look at this clock. Anyway, yeah, tragic. Tragic one. Okay. Unexpected. Comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.